thread where people can find the stream. And believe it or not, it actually kind of helps these streams out a whole lot. So if you give that thread a poke, it will kind of go a long way. Considering Dwarf Fortress is one of the few subreddits out there that actually supports Twitch broadcasts, which is rare. Deserves credit. 24 minutes. We're getting into game. It's not bad. It's pretty good for me, actually. It's like, what, 10 minutes of... Well, 11 minutes of starting soon screen because I had to get up and go get my coffee. And then a little bit more time of other stuff. Grimfox, you're just in time, my dude. Respect for what? I was unaware that I deserve respect. What am I getting respect for? Streaming, you couldn't do it. Yeah, I always tell trolls that. I mean, here's the thing, right, Grimfox? For the number of hours I put into this, by traditional work standards, it's not even remotely close to worth it. By work-life balance standards, it's not worth it. By money standards, it's not worth it, but I do it anyway. Why? I don't know. I think it's just because I have a problem. All right, welcome to Routedlashes. Shall we do a tour? You hate your voice? I hate my voice too. That makes two of us. I'm actually not sure. How are we doing right now? Okay, we do actually have two mostly full military squads. The corpses got washed down the river, which is good. Let's do a tour, shall we? So this is the Fortress of Routedlashes. Routedlashes is at the base of a very large mountain range. We do have a double high wall, which, you know, isn't fantastic. For a brief point in the year, there is a rather nice little moat around it, but it freezes very quickly. So it's not super useful. It's mostly just there for looks. Your voice is higher than the International Space Station. Fair enough. You just sound like you're on helium all the time. Hey, you know, sometimes I feel that way about my voice, Grimfox. But you know, you want to know something weird? About voices? Is generally everybody hates the way their voice sounds, right? But once you've listened to it for a while, you kind of get used to it. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I hated the sound of my voice when I first started. And it's funny, back when I first started doing this, I hated my content. I couldn't go watch my content. Like, if I had to watch my own VODs, that was like insane. It was the worst feeling thing ever. I was like, oh my god, like, I don't know why anybody would watch this. And you know, it's funny. I look back now on my old VODs, and I still kind of feel like, oh my god, why on earth would anybody watch this? It was terrible. But now, when I watch my VODs, I like them. So either I'm some sort of self-absorbed freak, or I've gotten better at this. All right, so over here, on the left, we have kind of a little stone entrance there, which you might notice. Right above it is our prison. The prison entrance is actually through the gardens, so you kind of run through the farming area, and there's a little prison area with food and drink and some statues and some art on the walls so that the dwarves don't get super tired. And they do actually have windows, so they can kind of, let's see if we zoom in, they do actually have windows right here so that they can kind of peek out and not get super lonely. They'll still see things being busy about in the fortress. Nerds stick together. That's not true at all. And then one layer up, we actually have the beginnings of our project for this fortress. So this is our first temple. there's an above ground ore deposit up here, which to me is like some unholy miracle. So if I jump up, there's more up here on this upper level. So kind of what I want to do is I want to hollow out these 2 levels and just fill them up with temples. So I want to do another one up here. I want to do 2 up here, maybe 3 if I can fit them in. All with windows kind of looking out over. And to me, that's just really cool. So that's just something we're going to do. The actual entrance to the fort is this pit right here. We already traded with these guys, so that's all over and done with, I think. Yeah, I can double check in a second. Right here, the actual entrance to the fortress is this pit. So if we fly down here, you'll notice there's our well reservoir water back there. And then it's kind of a mess in here right now, but we're working on it. We'll work on it. So if we zoom out a little bit, this is kind of our system. So this is kind of main entrance. The reason it's so wide is because I do want to actually bring caravans in here at some point. But we can't do that yet because I don't actually have the space. And I haven't actually gotten about digging that. I kind of want to dig a big ramp over here today so that caravans can actually come straight through the entranceway. This is kind of our dwarf entrance that goes directly into the tavern, and then there's a set of stairs right here that go down 1 Z level and into the main crafting area right here. This is eventually going to become a form of trap hall. This whole thing is slowly getting filled up with spike traps. If I'm correct, yes. Forge Menacing Iron Spike. We just queued up another 200, so hopefully that'll help. Hey, Connie TV, what's up? And so we're working on that spike trap hall over there. If I pop down a Z level, hey, check as well. It's good to see you. I think you actually died, by the way. So I might need to get you a new dwarf at some point soon, but. Also, that is an adorable little dog you got there. So down here is our main crafting layer. We got a pile of junk over there. In the center here, we have bookkeeper's office, we have head of military's office, and we have our mayor's office, complete with tables, bedrooms. Well, the bookkeeper just gets an office in there, doesn't get a dining room. The other 2 get dining rooms, as well as individual offices and bedrooms. Crafting stuff, forges, all that jazz. Kitchens right here. Tavern is up on the upper level up here. I kind of want to move that. I don't know. It's fine where it is, but it's... Maybe make this into a public-only one and then make a nicer tavern further down for the dwarves themselves. Then we got the bedrooms for anybody staying in the tavern. Ah, gotcha. As well as the one on the end here with the yellow. That's the tavern keeper's bedroom, because tavern keeper needs somewhere to sleep. All 3 of these are sealable, so I can pop up these drawbridges if I need to and seal them off. If we drop down a little bit more, this has kind of been an interesting project. It hasn't worked as well as I'd like it to, but also, Check, you seem to be like 100% spot on with that. You hear your voice differently than other people hear your voice, because you hear it rattling through your jaw. Jack Russell. Ah, I see. I got 2 cats, and I hate them. But they're my roommates, so it's fine. I tolerate them. They belong to my fiance. I just live with them. Except, like, joke's on me, because I'm here at home 7 days a week, and she gets to leave for, like, 16 hours a day to go to work. And down here we have bedrooms. Well, our first set of bedrooms, actually. This has worked pretty well as like a pit mine, and then we just built bedrooms in it. Don't ask me why there's blood in the well. I'm not entirely sure how it got there. Anyway, that's our well reservoir. I kind of flooded it because I wasn't paying attention. So we're just kind of waiting for them to work it off a little bit. If I go over to the right over here, there's our stairwell kind of going down, which starts up here. So this goes down to our library, and if I go 2 Z levels down, it goes to our normal temples where the dwarves can pray. If I go 1 Z level further down, this is our mausoleum filled with corpses. Most of these are full, some of them aren't. If we go down a little further, this is the beginnings of our zoo. So in here currently. If I'm not mistaken, we have a giant cave toad, giant mole, and a troll. So, yay. Yeah, no, what Hobo said, and basically what Check said and what Hobo said are essentially correct from what I know. Crypt 7, you're a dwarf indeed. Is there a temple of Pog? God, if we had a god named Pog, I would never leave that world. This is another set of bedrooms because building bedrooms got tedious. I will probably build more bedrooms though because it's been fun. Some of these dwarves still need all these dwarves still need chests. We got one really depressed freaking dwarf up here. Is this the one that I think it is? Yeah, it is the one. So we have this really depressed shearer who's just like dead inside. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. If we fly down a little bit further, we have our first cavern layer. This one's currently sealed off. There's nothing in here but troglodytes and trolls, so I've sealed it because I'm tired of just randomly having to fend off troglodytes and trolls. We might, I still have access to it just because it's like, if we need somewhere to grow food, all of a sudden we can do that, right? That's about it. If we fly down further, there's the occasional bit of spattering of blood on the walls. Then an actual interesting lower level. This is where we have all of our animals. If I open up the zone screen, this zone up here, it's all for our animals. They're all pastured down here. Every single entrance is filled up with cage traps, and that's why we have this stockpile here filled with traps. We've got like we got everything. We've got troglodytes, we got crondles, we got apparently what's that? Toad? Troll. We got a troll. We got everything. It's a great time. So we should probably check some of those into our zoo. This is where we've been you know, gathering wood and apparently murdering a lot of stuff. That's why there's blood everywhere. I haven't seen any forgotten beasts yet. Maybe we'll see a forgotten beast today. But anyway, that's the tour. Welcome to the fort of Routedlashes. We've put about 25 hours into it ish. We're definitely doing a better job of dealing with the panicking dwarves than last time. We have like one problem dwarf and they've only tantrumed once or twice. So military wise, we're doing okay. Still have 4 recruits. Kind of need them to get trained considering our entire military died in a fight with the exception of 2. And that's the end of the Firewatch soundtrack, so it's time to swap over to Ben Prunty music. Let's unpause. So did I actually trade? I actually don't know. Maybe I didn't. No, I definitely did. Definitely did. I think I did that right at the end of last time. All of those random gems that we cut. I actually might need to cut some more gems. Wonder how many rough gems we have. Quite a few. I've actually got like quite the variety now too. Why are all these white opals forbidden? Should unforbid those. 50 rough black zircons. Has been a little silver tongue. How you doing, dude? Yeah, so we went from 100 and... Okay, so just to give you an idea how many dwarves we lost and how many I expelled, we went from 170 dwarves down to 120. I just went on an expelling spree after the last fight. Because I was just like, no, I don't want any tantruming dwarves. So anybody was like borderline tantruming, be gone. Be gone. Just get out. I don't need you. Although I didn't expel any named dwarves. One we were actually able to remedy. Our chef, or our main cook, who was actually a named dwarf, Dromang, who's actually, oddly enough, a friend of mine from like 2009, was like distraught and like almost destroyed, and then I just got him making lavish meals just non-stop. And he was satisfied at work and it sorted his brain out, so that's pretty rad. No longer about to keel over and spaz. So people wanted dwarves. If you don't think you have a dwarf, at me, and let's get you a dwarf. Let's get some people dwarved in here. Right. What's wrong with you? Uneasy after being able to be extravagant for too long. Lack of decent meals. That's bullshit. You should just go get decent meals. Do you have a dwarf? Probably not. Let's find you someone who's mentally stable-ish. How about an engraver? She's satisfied at work. Feels satisfied improving at mining. Was very uneasy for a while, but that's fine. You're not artsy enough for engraver? Okay, well then what kind of dwarf would you like? If you don't want to be an engraver, what kind of dwarf would you like to be? Somebody like a blacksmith? Do you want to be a gem cutter? Do you want to be a weaver, a stonecrafter, farmer, milker, cheesemaker? I should probably rejob all of them. Okay, so we got like 3 people that would like to be dwarfed. 4 people? Wants to be a hauler. You don't want to be a hauler. I mean, I could make... I mean, both my tavern keepers are already named. How about a spearmaster? Malker the spearmaster. She feels euphoric due to inebriation. I love just like that string of horrified. She was horrified after seeing an elf die. She was horrified after seeing an elf die. By the way, we got ambushed 3 times by elves in like 5 days. It was like 3 times in one season. It was bam, 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 all back to back. It was a good time. You like cheese? It's funny because we're not making cheese, but I can give you a cheesemaker. Although first, let's actually just properly. Caves and Britches, good to see you. That one military dwarf? I mean, we just named Melchior a military dwarf, but I got others. I got a few, actually. I got like 14. 15? 14. 16, actually, yeah. She's 89 years old. She's unbelievably strong and basically unbreakable and absolutely inexhaustible and very agile, but is susceptible to disease. She personally believes that those who sacrifice for others should be deeply respected, and doesn't respect a society that has settled into harmony without debate and strife, and dislikes cooperation, sees merrymaking as a waste, and does not really value skills related to fighting, but is a master sword dwarf. Go figure. Spearmaster, rather. She dreams of creating a great work of art. All right. She likes limestone, tin, milk, opal, clear glass, blue jay leather, giant leopard seal, bone, backpacks, anvils, and the sight of the musical fragrances. Do you have any kills? Notable kills. Fema, the elf. Troglodyte, 4 elves, 3 elves. Alright, who else can we name? Happy Armok to you too. Belug. Happy Armok Day to you too. Who's next? Cyrolac. Let's just hold this button down for a few seconds and let go. Who did I land on? Landed on a metalsmith. Okay. I guess I just don't appreciate art. Is your most recent thought? You were grouchy after being in the sunshine again. She was delighted remembering watching a performance. Very uneasy, not the happiest dwarf. She's a worshipper of Mishos. She's 81 years old. She's very rarely sick and quick to heal, but she's quick to tire. Weekend days are Armok days, according to Belug. I've had a few people say that. She's very rarely sick and quick to heal. She personally believes that the idea of war is utterly repellent, would have peace at all costs, and values good craftsmanship and sees guile and cunning as indirect and somewhat worthless, and she dreams of creating a great work of art. What else can we throw a name on? Grim Fox. All right. Let's dwarf some more people. Let's give you a minor, Grim Fox. How's this sound? Death is all around us. I feel very uneasy. I was very uneasy after seeing a troglodyte's dead body. That's fair. 40 years old. He is quick to heal, but is very flimsy, very weak, very quick to tire. Likes horn, silver, steel, malachite, the color auburn, spears, amulets, flasks, the words of the sanity incense, and the sight of luxuries of luxurious dance, and when possibly prefers to consume salt and spelt beer, and absolutely distastes flies. Me too. There you go, Grim Fox. Nailed it. Okay, so ambitious. So I have no idea which military dwarf it was, but we'll just take a peek at what we got. Rakas, the captain of the guard. Was it you? Okay. It's a lot of horrified. That's not the one that I was thinking of. Interesting. You're just like kind of messed up. Let's check out Dastot, Spearmaster. Yeah, you're much better. State of affairs. But still not the one I'm thinking of. Might have been this one. Yeah, we'll give you we'll give ambitious this dwarf. Because I have no idea which dwarf it was. Hell, that dwarf might actually be dead. Ambitious. Would help if I hit enter. There you go. So you feel satisfied after learning about S.H.I.E.L.D. He's been reading the comics, you know. It's clumsy, very flimsy, and quite susceptible to disease, and very weak. Gotta start somewhere. 76 years old, born on the 7th of Timber in the year 210. Percy feels war as a useful means to an end and doesn't care if others take the time to master skills and dreams of creating a great work of art. He's married. Cool. Ambitious. Likes Balian Jasper Opal. Pikebone. Big pigtail paper. The color lilac. Scepters. The words of the guard of the keepers. And durian wine. Hates blood gnats. That's fine. For that dwarf? Nah. Okay, who do we still have left? Silvertongue and Userune. Silvertongue, you sound like somebody in the nobles department to me. How about our broker? I was kind of thinking about making Silvertongue like a mayor or something. Silvertongue, how do you want to be our mayor? We're currently worshipping in the upper temple too. It's just a fitting name. Did I spell that right? I always question the word tongue. Nope, totally did not. I never claimed to be a smart streamer. Alright, let's see about you. Well, worried? Do I look worried? Within the last season, he didn't feel anything after seeing a giant mole's dead body. She's a worshipper of Ushdish. She's 74 years old, born on the 20th of Granite in the year 212. She's mighty and agile, but quick to tire. She personally strongly believes that a peaceful and ordered society without deceit is the best. Values eloquence and values nature, and is put off by family values and decorum, dignity, and proper behavior. And does not particularly value the truth and doesn't think one way or another about leisure time. Absolutely fitting it right, though. Come on, it's just, it works. And then Userune was the last one. You like cheese. Well, we'll make you a cheesemaker. Takes a little while to get through these, but it's okay. It's funny because I actually have no idea how to make cheese. So, actually, Userune, would you prefer like a cheesemaker or a cook? Because if you're a cook, you'll actually have a job. Just a comment. Cook then? Okay, cool. How about Dewsum? Dewsum seems like a happy enough dwarf. Was irritated after being out in the sunshine. So you were upset that you were in the sunshine. Uneasy after being unable to make art for too long. Yeah, this dwarf's kind of upset. Let's give you somebody a little bit better. Let's see what else we have. I mean, I could give you a cheesemaker job and just give you some other work to do. Unless you just want to chill in a temple all the time. Too Sid. Feel pleasure is near a very fine trap. Feels pleasure near a splendid trap. Feels pleasure near a wonderful trap. I don't know why that's funny. That's funny. Within the last season, you felt pleasure near a fine bridge. Seems like a happy enough standard dwarf. It's had some uneasy times. All of the uneasy is like, because we had several really big fights. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of cage traps down on the lower level. You're probably just down with the animals. Because you are a cheesemaker, which means you would be hanging around the livestock, right? And all the livestock is on the lower level. The lower level is full of cage traps. Because we are catching troglodytes and trolls and various other... So it's literally like spring traps. Like literally just like a propped up cage with like a piece of candy underneath it. 77 years old, born on the 4th of Sandstone. There we go. You were annoyed after having a drink without a goblet, really? You're upset after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Let's see, what can we get you to do? Reference, labor. Not a whole lot. Robo Burger and yourself. Wrong dwarf. There you are. Let's throw you on tanning. Give you something else to do. And because you haven't practiced a craft for too long, I think we'll throw you on bone crafting, as well as stone crafting. Also, let's make 30 rock mugs, because I feel like I'm running out of mugs. Wait, how do you know it? What do you mean you might have lost power? Either you lost power or you still have power. Do you or do you not have power currently? How do you might have lost power? Be real careful, because there's way too many wooden spears. I don't want my dwarves to be running around with wood spears. So many random weapons. Oh, you just haven't had coffee, so it feels like none of the lights are working? Yeah, I understand that. Also, how many animals do we have right now? Not many. Because I slaughtered a ton. Okay, we have one cat. Shit. We need more cats. We only have 2 cats. Hope we get the opportunity to get some cats soon. I had to slaughter a whole bunch of animals. It was kind of a problem. Because suddenly I needed a whole bunch of food out of nowhere. Well, not a whole bunch of food. I needed a whole bunch of tanned hides out of nowhere. Because I had a dwarf that was having a panic attack. Is that a bucket? Okay, so just kind of poking around. You just typing in, is that a bucket? It makes me kind of go, huh? What bucket are you talking about? Let's see if I can find me a bucket. Actually, I know where there would be a bucket. This is a bucket. That's a bucket. I knew there would be a bucket up there. Also, genuinely, no idea why there's a bunch of pieces of a llama and then a dead llama skeleton. I couldn't tell you. It was just there after we got attacked by a were creature. And it's still there, I guess. Also, I just want to throw some wall bits up here real quick, because this area right here is making me kind of nervous. I want, if anything's gonna jump down into my fort, I want them to have to fall pretty far. But yeah, this is one of the few summer seasons, because it's normally real cold up here. Oh, the letters are in the bucket? Yeah, it's part of using a textile site. You'll have some weird ass letters. Like, if I scroll down through names, like there, Ralaton has a cup in it, or an up arrow. I'm not sure. I think that's a cauldron. In the Lucredin names, there's a ring in that name. Just kind of comes with the territory, though. You're gonna always kind of end up with some weird characters unless you get real deep into modding, which I'm not. Just wait until you realize that wheelbarrows are upside down buckets. Item inaccessible. There's an item that's inaccessible right here, apparently. Very confused. I would like these merchants to leave. So I've got a lot of drink. We just bought a lot of fish and meat from the merchants that were right here. That's what that weird flashing square is. There's a whole lot of meat that we picked up. Also, I'm not sure why these big dog skeletons are still here. Right here from the last fight. I'm not sure at all, because as far as I can tell, they need to be hauled somewhere, but there's nowhere to put them. So I'm not sure at all. I'm kind of tempted to just stack them on that drawbridge and then close the drawbridge. Because we have a drawbridge that's right here, right? Kind of tempted to just put them all on there and then just whoop, and see where they end up. Because, you know, that's the worst that could happen. Schmookle. Okay, so here's the problem, right? There's inaccessible items down here. Let's just do this. Forbid things I can't see. This seems to work when I'm having a lot of spammed cancellations. I'll just mass forbid a bunch of areas that are black. That seems to do it. I don't know if this is actually a fix, but it seems to work. There's got to just be weapons or something down there. I don't actually know. So kind of maybe a dumb, obvious question, chat room, but is it possible for dwarves to like kill themselves while training with real weapons? Because I've never actually used training weapons because it seems like a dumb solution to have to reassign all these different weapons out of nowhere. So I've just kind of never bothered with it. Is it possible for them to like actually injure themselves or anything? Also, Robo, what part of the where are you located exactly? I'm sure I've asked you this before, but I feel like everybody in Portland recently had bizarrely scary storms recently. You know what? You're just gonna go away. I don't need you. I don't need any more spazzy dwarves. You can get out. And I have this problem where I just have random skeletons that are just not getting removed. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm just gonna do this. Let's try this. All I can think is there just must not be a corpse pile somewhere. We must be missing a corpse pile. So we'll just throw that down there. Let's see if they remove those skeletons. Lamina!
Hey, a thing.
You clicked the thing. Thanks for clicking the thing. I'm glad you like those emotes, and thanks for sticking with the stream. Cheers, friend. Also, since it's the season where there's actually plants growing out here, we should gather some plants. Although it's raining, so the dwarves won't be super thrilled about that, but that's fine. All right, let's just fly down to the lower levels and just get stuff hollowed out. I think that's what we should just continue doing as those spikes continue to get worked on. Sweet. You know, I was having this problem last time I streamed DF. I couldn't figure out why my spikes weren't getting constructed particularly quick. It's like, I have all these spikes, why aren't they getting worked on? And then I realized, oh, that is a really dumb question to ask. It's because I only have one forge. It's making like 8 different things. That would be why. I think falling over is the most common way. So, I mean, I've never seen any of them like end up in the hospital. I've certainly never had any of them kill each other. So what's the point of training weapons then, Jack? But Lamina, thank you very much for the 8 months of support. I owe you 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups. Which do you prefer? Let me know and I can just pop those out real quick. All right, there we go. We'll get that done. Dwarves are constantly venturing out into these areas and... Oh, wait, who are you? Who is you? Catan. Oh, child is not present. I don't want you doing things that are gonna piss you off. What are you? Tremendous stresses. Oh, great. It's great when we all get the chance to be together. Uneasy after seeing a troglodyte's dead body. Okay. Well, maybe we should just like remove your hauling. What the heck are you doing that's upsetting you so much? How about you stop hauling stuff? Okay. And you go mine. Make more crafts. Sit-ups can do. Also, slight annoyance. It seems to have gotten sunny. I'm looking forward to it getting warm today. Probably won't be too bad though. Oops, wrong screen. Hello, Naso. How you do? I'll have you know your dwarf is still strong and happy. Doing dwarf things. They're of no consequence? What do you mean they're of no consequence? It's no consequence if you use them or not? Or it doesn't matter if you use them or not? I don't know. They seem kind of irrelevant to me. Except that the dwarves go and get attached to them. Uh-oh, there we go. Frickin' finally. And it's on the layer that I can actually control, too. Alright. The Forgotten Beast... Bora Normerom. A great hairy turtle. It has large mandibles and it belches and croaks. Beware its deadly dust. I love how it's on the sealed off level too. In the context of training? Okay. Belches and croaks, yes. Although this is a turtle, not a frog. So this is what happens if you don't charge your frog. It becomes a turtle. Yeah, it does seem like that. I mean, I just kind of assumed that was the case. Well, let's see what this thing does. There's nothing in this level, so this level's pretty safe. Huh. For a turtle, it's certainly moving. It's certainly moving. It always makes me nervous when they travel real quick in a direction, because it makes me feel like, oh god, there's a way into my fort that I'm unaware of. Oh, it's going after Drothlas. Okay. Well, we can see how quickly it'll put down Drothlas. Oh, whoa. Yeah, maybe don't want to fight that. I don't know. Deadly Dust is scary. Supposedly they help inexperienced dwarves train faster somehow. Maybe it's because they're light. They can take more swings. I mean, the internet has taught me to never trust a wiki. You know, chat, I'm just feeling like this might be a scary one. Yeah, you're right. Let's check the Drothlas. Is there any other Drothlas? Doesn't seem to have any wounds. I don't actually see the Forgotten Beast be listed here as fighting. You know, Steez, one of my favorite things that I've seen on YouTube recently, it's just kind of some clickbaity content, but there's a metal channel that does fact or fiction with, like, metal bands. So they'll get, like, lead singer or guitarist of X band, and they'll just be like, here's your Wikipedia page, and they'll just read their Wikipedia page and just get them go fact or fiction. It's very weirdly entertaining. Hey, Spewer, what's up? This is when you have immediate access to metal or steel and you want to train your dwarf. Yeah, I guess so. It's like if all you have is wood and all you've found is mud and you can't get through that darn aquifer, then at that point you'd use training weapons, right? But my theory is if it helps them train them faster, because weapons are based on weight, would it be possible that for them to hit more things quicker with a wooden sword than it would be with a metal hammer, right? Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Steez. I hope you're doing well. I like that badge. Looking forward to hanging out again. Yeah, I don't even see it listed here as fighting. I mean, I could throw my larger squad against them. Cause that was combat logs? What do you propose I use? Cause this is logs. Well, it's reports, but... Yeah, me and Hobo. Yeah, we're both going. We're rooming together. What? What just happened? Oh, do we have a mood? Oh, no, we've been interrupted by a gremlin. I've seen a few gremlins before. Huh. Well. time to get some practice in. You're just looking to chill. Yeah, I know the feeling. This thing seems to be wounded. Or like downed. Oh, it's going after my dwarf. That's not good. Do you have any injuries? Dumont, the scholar. Oh, you're not even my dwarf. Wonder what the scholar's doing so deep in the caverns. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Cyrolax, so if you could explain to me what you're referring to, we could try and do that. Well, Gremlin's doing some damage. How about the Gremlin? No damage. Maybe he's just tired? Because he's certainly panicking. You going in for another hit? Yeah, you are. Dwarf's on the ground. You seem to be on the ground now. Now you panic. The heck's going on with this Gremlin? I am perplexed. By all of this. That is all I have to say, is I'm perplexed by all of this. More importantly, where the heck's my military at? Oh, this is on the super low level. How the hell did you get down here? I thought this was on the upper level. We have no way to get there. Why is there a dwarf here getting his shit kicked in by a gremlin? Hold on. Do we have a way down here? No, we don't. I mean, there is that ramp up top there. I am confused. Huh. All right. Sure, fair enough. Where's that Forgotten Beast at? Let's see what it's up to. Okay, so we're gonna cancel that order. I think we're gonna try and fight this thing. Just because I do actually have a relatively safe spot to go after it. And because I have a pretty easy meeting spot. They're kind of like cats, yeah. Well, I mean, that dwarf isn't even mine, so maybe it's just a traveler trying to get the fort who's traveling through interconnected caverns, maybe? I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it too hard, I'll be honest. So what I'm gonna do... Welcome back, couple. Is we're just gonna station our military here. If they... Yeah, okay, cool. They're not up there anymore. So they've got to be on their way. They do have a bit of a ways to travel, though, admittedly. There they are. All right. So we need to open this layer up. So, bless some RNG for these dwarves. Let's go slay a monster. Cavern 1, Okay, I think it's cavern 1. Pulls a lever. We're gonna have to get our dwarves through this quickly and then lock the door. So, pray for my dwarves, chat room. Okay, let's just pop over to the military screen. Let's lock everybody to burrow 1. Well, let's find this uninvited guest, who's currently seems to be busy with a Drathla. And we're gonna follow it. Let's see what happens. So hopefully we just put this thing down quickly. You're gonna take a nap, you have a good night. Okay, so it seems we just chill. Hold on, let's check this Drathla. Okay, so this thing is pretty beaten. Bruised. Bruised, very bruised. Its teeth is gone. Let's see, does this thing have any injuries on it? Nope. Giant hairy turtle. It doesn't say anything about armor or overlapping scales. So maybe we'll just be okay if we can get in range of it. Does anybody know if shields can block deadly dust? Because we should all have iron shields. That this fort has steel? We all have iron armor and weapons. Because I've been too lazy to keep the setup up for steel, I'll be honest. Alright, where the heck are my dwarves at? Like, true story, where actually are they? Okay, let's just follow these guys. We're gonna follow Malkir, our Spearmaster. Cyclone, how you do? It's good to see you. Looks like we're getting close. A little bit of lag going on here. Eh? You're picking up equipment. What the hell are you picking up? Please don't tell me you're unarmed or something stupid. You do have a spear. You have an iron cap. Steel breastplate. Now's not a good time, dude. Looks like the fight has begun. Either it's fighting with a... What? Either it's fighting with a... Dwarf, or it's fighting with a Drathla. Probably, I'll say so. I mean, wouldn't you? Here comes the dwarves. We're following the Forgotten Beast. We're right at the edge of the map. Really hope more than one of them are able to get into the fight. Looks like 2 dwarves have made it. There's blood. I see lots of blood. Dwarves are confused. I don't see any down dwarves, though. It's popping up and down Z levels. This is a fucky fight. I can't see anything. The Commission Commander's fighting. He's caught in a cloud of the Forgotten Beasts. Yeah. Forgotten Beasts. Oh. Left front leg takes the full force of the impact. The Axe Dwarf hacks the Forgotten Beast's lower body. Is covered in the dust. Forgotten Beast slams into an obstacle. Well, looks like we got a downed dwarf. Okay, well, its upper leg is hurt. Something. 2 dwarves are on it. There's dust everywhere. It seems to be downed. We've got 1 dwarf on top of it. Who's on top of it? Iteb. It's terrified in conflict. Do you have any injuries? I am dropping a shit ton of frames. Hold on. That sucks, Cyclone. Frames seem to have stopped dropping. I'm not sure what was causing that. Chat room, can you see the stream? Just press 1 if you can. We're going to continue following the Forgotten Beast. I'm trying to bless the frames down in Africa. Looks like it's just a Forgotten Beast with a dwarf on top of him. Another round of deadly dust. Oh, that dust is scary, man. Someone's panicking. Neither of my dwarves seem to have injuries. Oh, it's dead. Iteb. Cool. Iteb has killed the turtle. Sweet, thanks guys. I think we should give Iteb a... Let's take a peek at this fight, but I think that Iteb, the militia commander, deserves a name. Literally just like pounced on top of the thing and just attacked it. The militia commander hacks the Forgotten Beast in the foot. An artery has been opened. A ligament has been torn. The force bends the right front leg. And then gets covered. Or then it swipes at him a couple times, misses. The militia commander is caught in a cloud of the Forgotten Beast's Forgotten Extract. Ugh. You don't want to get caught in the Forgotten Beast's Forgotten Extract. Only the Remembered Extract. Forgotten Beast misses. Militia commander hacks the Forgotten Beast's lower body with Udemar and tearing it apart. And then the Forgotten Beast is... the militia commander is caught in its forgotten stuff. The militia commander slams into the Forgotten Beast. The commander hacks the Forgotten Beast's left rear leg. Basically, like, it's missing every single attack, but every single attack is either missed or blocked, and then it gets caught in the clouds of the dust. I really hope that dust isn't too bad. So we're going to... we're going to leave that alert on. We haven't lost any dwarves, so that's good. We're going to follow this dwarf and make sure that they make it back okay. A little bit of lag going on, but that's probably because everybody's forced to stay in a certain zone. So let's just see if they end up having to go to the hospitals. Tortoises tend to bite really hard, and the shell keeps them well protected. It didn't say anything about a shell, and I've seen shells before. Right back to combat training, as you should. Uh-oh. Okay, what's this? I'm really worried this dwarf is just gonna randomly die. It's fallen over. No, it's still going. Okay. I don't like the look of this, though. Just take them... Give them both a break. I don't like how this dwarf is flickering. Could be sleepy dust? It said deadly dust, so I don't know. Oh shit, there's a dead dwarf over here. What the hell killed you? Dwarf blood. Huh. That's a partial skeleton. Maybe it was just there. Okay, no, we'll just turn off the burrow. Until this dwarf makes it back, I kind of want to keep an eye on them. There you go, frame rate's speeding up because they're not locked to the burrow anymore. You could be neurotoxic extract, yeah. Yeah, I mean, ideally it's not neurotoxin, right? But he's gonna go rest, apparently, so. If he makes it back up to his bedroom, like, if something gets bad, hopefully the doctors will make it to him. Right? Oh, there you go. See, he's going to the hospital. That's the question, like. Like, look at that. His upper lip is mangled beyond recognition. His tongue is mangled beyond recognition. His mouth is mangled beyond recognition. And he wasn't injured earlier. Bruised. Looks to be just a lot of bruises. Looks to just be a lot of bruises. Yeah. Bruising, like his entire body is just covered in bruises. Hey, it's better than that one Krug Smash episode where they all just spontaneously started bleeding out of every single pore in their body, which is, I'd take bruising over that. I'd definitely take bruising over that. So I'm assuming Sheer has fallen back into depression. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing unusual. Malcare has bestowed the name Does on the Iron Spear. I know that's probably not how you're supposed to pronounce that, but that's how I read that. Also, chat room, remember, if you wanna help out this stream, I do have a Reddit thread with permission to post. So if you wanna help out this stream, that's a place you can do that. That's funny to me. Huh. Well, good on you. Malkir named his spear. Yeah, also, Iteb seems to be up. So chat, what should we name this, this dwarf? This dwarf who killed the Forgotten Beast? Turtle Slayer? Unless you guys have a better one. I mean, it was a hairy tortoise, right? How about Shell Shocked? I mean, Shellbreaker's pretty good too. Including Risk of Rain 1. Hello, Impale. We just killed a Forgotten Beast. Looks like we've got another dwarf up here. Was this the other one that was in combat? I think it was. What? Oh, no, it's... Okay, that's the one. Ooh. Yeah, no, it's definitely Bruising Syndrome. Dust Stormbreaker. That's a little bit long. I think Shell Shocked is pretty good. Feels restless after being able to rest and recuperate. I mean, you know, honestly, just entire body being bruised is way better than a lot of things it could have been, so I'll take it. Looks like the meals have finished. Boo indeed. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be too bad. I don't think we lost any dwarves in that fight, which is good. Why is there blood down here? Whose blood is that? Goblin blood? Okay. I wonder how long that's been there. Really hope nobody got knocked down the... Really hope nobody got knocked down there or anything. Definitely stingy bot. I don't know about the second half of that. Who are you? Aerith. What is making you upset? Last you felt satisfied at work. Okay, you're a planter. Didn't feel anything after seeing a giant mole's dead body. Okay, so does anybody know? Actually, I wonder. See if that'll get them hauled. I wonder. In Risk of Rain 1? Because there's this giant mole's dead body right there. And they're just refusing to move it. And, like, up here it's the beak dogs. And it's just scarring my freaking dwarves for life. And it's getting kind of annoying. It's like, I really wish I could just remove them somehow, but... Bergie has created a masterpiece mug. Robo Burger, if you're here, you created a masterpiece mug. How does that make you feel? Nope. They are not forbidden. In fact, it's been set to dump. I will remove the dump. Because I do have multiple garbage dumps. Maybe that will do it? I mean, I've been thinking about just building a bridge and smashing them. Actually, what I've been doing is I've been waiting for the winter to show up, and I need to do this again. And for the river to freeze, and then just stacking all the corpses on the river, and then... and then I wait until the river thaws, and they'll just fall into the river and vanish. It's kind of lovely, actually. It's like oddly effective. Yo, do you want to join the military, Mr. Gem Cutter? I want to see my friends. I'm lonely. Probably not. How about you? Nah, how about you? You're a brewer. You're a planter. Looking for strong dwarves. Been out in the sunshine, it's irritating. Satisfied, delighted. Yeah, I know there's a lot of characters people want from the first one. Skin is very flimsy. She personally feels artwork boring and values harmonious existence and values decorum. She personally values decorum and dignity and proper behavior and values sacrifice and doesn't particularly respect commerce. She dreams of mastering a skill. All right, you're joining the military. Shell-shocked, the militia commander has bestowed the name Kankaspan on an iron shield. Does this game have foot armor? And what's it called if it does? So I should probably make foot armor. And I'm assuming there's gauntlets in this game, hey? I don't know. Yep, iron gauntlets. Let's make 20, well, I guess 40. One for each hand. Iron gauntlets. Is it just boots? Okay, I wasn't sure if they were called boots or sabaton. Because, yeah, no, it's not called sabatons. Boots. Iron. Aha. High boot? Okay, what's the difference between a high boot and a low boot? High boots are better armor? Let's queue some of that stuff up. I'm just like infinitely making charcoal, so. High boot covers lower leg. Okay. I mean, no. If it is, they're not called that. Actually, hold on. Export of coins is prohibited. Cool. I don't have any coins. It's not a problem. Who are you? What are you? You're a dancer. I don't need any sad dancers. Oh no. If I get rid of Throne the Dancer, I also have to get rid of Bear Turtle. Screw it. Go away. I don't need a sad dancer. Turtle Bear's not that important. Sorry, Turtle Bear, if you're here. Chainmails, so no more need for leggings. Oh, really? Interesting. I guess they just wear, because the chainmail is basically like a dwarf dress, right? It's like dress armor. I mean, dwarves don't seem to need pants, quite frankly. They just wear a cloak. Why would you need pants once you have a cloak? Like, it seems to fix all problems. Let's forbid everything on this layer. We do need to dig further down pretty soon, though. I mean, dwarves seem more like the kilt-wearing kind than, you know, the pants-wearing kind. Look at all that vomit. Sweet. Uh-oh. Capital S, upright weapon. There we go. Menacing iron spikes. Greaves are small enough? Okay, that's good. Interesting. They shouldn't be wrestlers. We do have enough weapons, but... yeah, I mean, those stubby little legs don't need a lot of covering, so... seems about right. Why would you need to cover more leg than you actually have? Okay, so... while all this is going on, I think it's time to dig. What time is it, chat room? Digging time! So this is as far down as we've gone. There we go. Let's go down 101. I mean, dwarves can make thongs. So in theory, you could have a combat dwarf running around in nothing but a thong. Dwarves are very body positive. They wear what they will. I mean, hell, a dwarf could run around naked. You wouldn't see anything that's a problem because of their beards, right? You see a big old butt, but who cares about a butt? It's just a butt. Dwarf in a thong. I mean, there's weirder things they can make. All you need is a thong and a beard. You're good to go. Usually. Yeah, usually. Keyword there. Is this like a knock-knock joke, Kyopo? Genuinely serious question. Uh-oh. I think we need to clear out that level again, because there's just oh. Interrupted by troglodyte. Clearly a dead troglodyte. Unless there's a living one around. The only troglodyte I see is in pieces, so... Does it cover this sea level? Okay, no, let's just get everybody out of this. Military. Lock to barrel 1. Should do it? Just wait until everybody clears out of this sea level. What are you hauling? Looks heavy. Troll, I assume? Oh. Oh, okay. That explains why stuff's not getting done. It's because my manager's hauling a forgotten beast. That would do it. Bet you that bastard's heavy. Tips of human beards aren't covered in piss. I mean, depends on how long your beard is. I mean, I've never asked Loadclaw if that's a problem for him, but I know a guy who's got a beard down to around that level. So, I mean, don't they fish with their beards too? I read about that on the wiki. Like they just gently lower their beards into the water. I just want to get this bridge closed back up. All those cancellations, Jesus Christ. I mean, drop-off is inaccessible, yeah, because I don't want them going this way. Where the hell are you going? Okay, there you go. Go do something useful. Get out of sea level, you silly dwarves. I'm blocking the door. There's nothing down here. Or nothing that I want, anyway. Yeah, no, they just seem to get washed off with soap and now they're, like, healing up. It was just full body bruising. So, they just got coated in bruises from head to toe, and now they seem to just kind of be going about their way. Which is fine. Where the hell are you going? Okay. Just going for a walk, I guess, I suppose. Did you just jump? What the hell are you doing? Okay, hold on. Oh, apparently this is allowed in this zone. Currently painting. Currently erasing. Why is this Z level in here? Probably because this is the Z level with the... Yeah, this is the Z level with the housing in it. Yeah, I made, I want to say, like 40 bars of soap earlier, and we've still just kind of got them. Okay, you guys want to get out of here now? I must have painted the Z levels before we had access to this cavern. But yeah, no, those two dwarves both just kind of got covered in piles of random stuff like that. Since then, they've just been ate. Okay, now they're clearing out. Perfect. That's not good. You don't want dissolved spaghetti. Okay, I don't really want any dwarves to get stuck down here because I did have a dwarf die down here, so. I'm seeing a dwarf. Run, you little idiot. Who are you? It's a poet. Come on. Now, why are you walking back in here? Where are you headed? The fuck? You can dissolve rice spaghetti. I know I've done that. Excuse me? Okay, well, I realize you're horrified, but can you, like... Let's take you off of this. That should do it. Alright, there's a Drathla just, like, casually walking up here. Oh, seems to be spooked by something. So, you want to come back? This is like hurting children. Maybe if I do this. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, well, you shouldn't be going anywhere, so you should just go and head up, right? You'd think, anywhere. Just like that Drathla that's, like, quietly walking in here. You know what? Let's just pull the lever. Crush the Drathla. And now right now, half the dwarves can't even get to their bedrooms, so they're real thrilled about this. I'm really hoping that this crushes it. Aw, it made it through the door. Darn it. Should lock the door. -7, thanks for the prime. Hey, our mystery. How you doing? Where'd that Drothla go? Like, actually, where the heck did it go? Why is there a book in the middle of the stairs? You know what? I'm just gonna stop asking questions. Maybe I'm just hovering over it. It's possible. There it is. Did I lose it again? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's... Gosh, this thing moves quick. Yeah, they're all stairs. Or the X's are the stairs, the rest are walls. Alright, you know what? Let's just do this. Not that. Sweet. Yeah, no, seriously, Minus, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I owe you 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups. Which would you prefer? Do them now or later. Did it like pop out up here? I mean, it's certainly possible it did. Is it in that trap? Because that's possible. I think it might have just run down a Z level. Yeah, I think it ran down a Z level and got stuck in a trap. Sit-ups can do. Yeah, there it is. We caught it in one of our traps. It went down a Z level. And went and got caught in one of our traps. Down here. Poor thing was just trying to migrate down to where the better grazing territory was. I feel almost bad. Not really. I don't actually feel bad. Also, this new screen's all snazzy and new. Cooler did a great job on it. I didn't even directly ask him to do it. I was just like, yeah, this is kind of what I want. Yeah, I did an extra. First one was kind of shitty. All right, let's chuck the Drothla into our zoo. Why not? Add it to the collection. I wonder how far down we've gone, actually. Cage. Let's see, Troll, Crundle, Drothla. There we go. Let's throw in a Crundle. Why not? Because we don't have one yet. Let's see, what else do we not have yet? Well, we already got a Troll. What do you guys think? Second troll? Yeah, sure. Let's do another troll. Why not? All right. I will be back in a second. I'm just going to go use the toilet. 2 seconds, guys. You know, sometimes I feel bad when the wildlife just wants to get lunch. Good and albeit repressed memories. Yeah, I get it. I know what you mean. Sometimes you need good and repressed memories. Let's watch them dig. Let's see what we run into. Clear zircons. Why is Dwarfy Mall harvesting plants and mining? Didn't realize you had so many weird jobs. Let's follow Doran the Engraver. So this is one hell of a way to start the weekend now. Just with a little bit of Dwarf Fortress. You know, I don't know about what you guys are planning to do over the weekend, but my weekend is going to consist of fixing a garburator. That's my current plans. Was I? Well, I mean, that's the icon for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, essentially, is what that emote is. That panda is literally the icon for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And for many of the people who came from that community, it's one of the most loved, like, if you played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2, or 3, you probably either hate the game, and if you played it for an extended period of time, you either hate it or you absolutely adore it. But even if you absolutely adore it, you still kind of hate it. It's a very tortured fan base, I'll put it that way. It's also a very elitist, tortured fan base, which makes it really difficult. And that's what this channel started off as, was just Roller Coaster Tycoon. Believe it or not. So if you go to my YouTube channel and you go back far enough, eventually you'll just find weird RCT stuff. All those masterpiece cooked things. Pyrolusite. I need to know what that looks like. What the hell is pyrolusite? Pyrolusite.
Pyrolusite.
Pyrolusite, apparently, according to Google. And this is broken, so I can't show you. But it's kind of a gray rock. Wall of text, probably. Looks pretty enough. More clear zircons. Oh, great. A force both vile and dark has arrived. Fun. I see a lot of dwarves. Yay? I don't know, man. I don't know what yay. Hold on. Let's just pause. Let's wait a few seconds. Hold on, is that a giant? Is that a... Oh, it's a mace dwarf. That means we're dead. It means we're under attack. Oh, maybe dead. I don't know. It means invaders have arrived. Currently that many. Bunch of mace dwarves. It's like we're getting attacked by dwarves. What Jack said, yeah. Depending on how big the invasion is, we might be okay. Okay, let's just pop down here. We might be okay. Depending on how big it is, we might be okay. None of my stuff is ready. Like, I'm not ready for an invasion yet. And because they're all dwarf, like if it was just goblins or elves, we'd totally be okay. But that's a lot of dwarves. That's a lot of dwarves. Seems to be a page and a half of them. I still have a dwarf up here for some reason. What the hell are you doing? Please go down. Please go down. Come on, guys. We're gonna have to close the doors. Like this dwarf right here? This dwarf's in trouble. This dwarf's also probably in trouble. That seems to be the whole squad, though. Well, the real question is, I wonder how this scholar's gonna do. Not one of my humans. Peaced out. Okay, come on, everybody get inside. Got some levers to pull. Okay. Let's get the first lever pulled. Let's hope all these are set up. Front tunnel. Pull. I hope that's the one I think it is. Note to self, remember to name your frickin' levers. Hope nobody gets squished. Okay, that's one closed. Have they both been pulled? Yeah, we didn't hook it up. Great. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. That's not what I wanted to do. Why do I always hit that button? Erase. Okay, so I'm gonna erase a bunch of space from this. Don't mind the bright flashy lights, it's fine. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna block this wall off. Right here. Any blocks, whatever's closest. Someone will get that done. But this wall's blocked. Now some of these spikes are hooked up. So we're just gonna let them come. We are just going to let them come. They're walking in the front gates. It's not too bad, actually. It's what, a page and a half of them? Never tell me the odds is a perfectly good thing to say here. Yeah, it looks like a page and a half. And generally, you don't need to kill that many of them. You can kind of, if you just kill their leader and spook them, it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but it seems like a goblin leading a whole bunch of dwarves. This goblin's up front. So maybe we'll be okay. I mean, I ain't no religious dwarf, but... Okay, so there's another thing we need to define. We need to add this back in right here. And I need to, because I haven't built this yet, block this. So that they don't come in behind us. With the dolomite blocks because it's closest. Come on, get it done. Once that Drathula's past it, perfect. Actually gonna cancel that first one because those are the stairs down into the fort. Okay. There's one I mean, the goblin might be some slow frickin' dwarves. It might also be frame rate lag because this game moves at like based on frames, right? So if there's a lot going on, and there's actually quite a lot going on right now, the game will lag. Also, sometimes, like, military will really take their time to slowly stalk through. Which is good it's good that they're slow, too. Because they're slow, it means that we have more time to set this up. Is that canceled? Just waiting for construction. Come on, get her done. There we go. That last wall's getting done. Maybe that human will get past it. Yay, the human got past it right there. Did you guys see that? This dwarf was sealing this passage right as that human got past. So up here, right, we have this trap, and then these are spikes. Good number of the spikes are hooked up. Not all of them. Last, like, 4 that we set up are not hooked up. The rest are... Oh, God, who's up here? Oh, no, one of our recruits. Oh, no, he fell, I think. Shit. You stupid, stupid Dwarf. His head is bruised. Okay, hold on. His head is bruised and his skull is bruised, right? Like bruising on the bone. That's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Z levels? He fell? Like, you stupid fucking dwarf, but still, man. Oh, wow. We've got blood appearing. Is this my dwarf or one of theirs? And that's going to be said a lot. It's one of theirs. His right upper leg is mangled. It looks like they're falling down. Well, there goes that poor dwarf. So sorry, recruit. This isn't your time, unfortunately. So this dwarf right here somehow was stuck above. No idea why. But he's shaken after suffering a major injury. Ushrir, you poor soul. Spear dwarf is fighting. The recruit is fighting. The spear dwarf grabs the recruit. Spear dwarf releases the grip of the spear dwarf's upper arm on the recruit's giant mitten. Spear dwarf grabs the recruit by left ear. With her arm, the spear dwarf releases the grip. He's just like grabbing him and like punching him and shit. That poor dwarf. I hope we see some other dwarfs fall. They seem to be piling in. They're just attacking that poor dwarf, piling in on him. And he's dead. Salute that poor dwarf. You will be missed. You had so much promise. Out of curiosity, who here has no idea what they're looking at? I'm doing my best to kind of explain things as I see it. The fight begins. Or as we begin to get ready for the fight to begin. Oh god, there's a ghost. Why is there a ghost? Why is there a ghost? There's not much I can do at this exact moment. I mean, I can... Hold on. This is not a good time, but... I think it's Alt-S. B, Alt-S, yep. Got memorials I need to set up. Okay, let's just make sure that this is allowed in this area. Cool, now it is. Which means they can go set those up and hopefully deal with those ghosts. Okay, so here come the invaders around the corner. Hopefully that tiny spike trap we have set up will... Well, new fort. Definitely possible it's time for new fort, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Why are you running at that? Why are you running at that, you stupid fucking wrestler? I mean, so here's the thing, right? We can totally seal this off. I can totally just seal it off and just be like, yeah, we'll never come back in here. Well, he's brave. Gotta give him that. And he's fighting. That's for sure. Let's see. What are your final thoughts, Dwarf? If I can even find you. The wrestler Onal is fighting. He's been found dead. Just ran in. No idea why he did that. Yeah. Also, it doesn't look like any of these traps are... It doesn't look like this trap is working. There's a lot of blood on the floor for whatever that's worth. Seems like another dwarf is walking in. Looks like we've got a wrestler that's just standing in wait. He's fighting. Wow. Seems to have taken out one. I'm kind of waiting for them at the corner. Wow, he killed one. Gotta give him credit for that. Yeah, they are a little overeager. Yeah, and it looks like those spikes aren't doing anything. Must have set them up wrong. Fuck. It's okay, my actual good dwarves are still waiting. At the corner. I want to fight them at the choke point, right? I would like to fight them at the choke point. It kind of did, yeah. It's a pity it didn't wait a little longer. Oh great, my dwarves are getting thirsty. Guys, please, now's not the time. Now is not the time. The dwarves are dancing. I want them to come around the corner. Once the goblin hits where the last boulder is, I'm going to tell them to go kill the goblin. Although it looks like my... Okay, you know what? We'll just do this now. Kill that goblin. Kill that goblin. And it begins. Who are we going to follow? Let's follow Melkir. Fight well, friend. Let's just kill that stupid goblin. There you go. Goblin's down. We're fighting them at the choke point. There's arrows flying everywhere. I've already lost a dwarf. Actually, no, that was probably the wrestler. Fight's continuing. It's really hard to tell what's happening just purely because it's dwarves on dwarves. Siege is still going. We've lost another dwarf. Fight's continuing. It's just carnage. Lost 2 more. We're no longer following Malkir, so Malkir must be down. There's a lot of panics. A lot of berserks. Zoom in? I can only zoom in 1. And the fight continues. How many are we down to? 5. I had 8 in that squad originally. It's a bloody, vicious battle. The walls are just coated in bits of dwarf. How much of my squad do I have left? You know, maybe they'll push them back. It's a scholar. I don't know what a scholar is doing in the middle of this fight. Is this one of my dwarves? Yep. Let's follow him. It's Axe Dwarf. Soldier, no activity. Probably downed. We're pushing them back from the looks of things. Dastot, the Spearmaster, has bestowed the name Lemiskung. See if we can find you. On a spear. There you are. Moving forward. Swiftly. Yeah, looks like my dwarves are still at it. Dastot, please. You'll be a hero. 2 of them fighting side by side, moving up through the fight. They're just fucking matrix dodging all of the arrows. It looks like we've got 3 dwarves left. They're just powering through. And that's the siege. I mean, I wouldn't say it's been too long. We got attacked by several rounds of various things. Oh no. You're gonna go to wait, are you downed? Are you injured? Look like you're injured. Although it might just be a bunch of dwarves stacked. Her head is cut open, and she's bruised. Aside from that, Dastot seems to be fine. The rest of the dwarves are still dancing. Do you want it to be a Skyrim reference? Because it can be a Skyrim reference. Ambitious has been found dead. Malkir has become administrator. Are you still alive, Malkir? Oh. No. I don't think so. Let's see how many of the dwarves exit. We've still got a military left. I'm glad that we waited for the choke point, though. Let's turn off the burrow. There's going to be a lot of cleanup that needs to get done here. I can't wait for all the dwarves to panic. We gotta deal with these corpses somehow, though. Our dwarves need to be buried. Their dwarves need to be thrown in the fucking river. We'll expel all that cry. Bunch of dwarves in the hospital. The gate's down. We're gonna remove these emergency walls that we constructed. Well, we won the fight. I'll give them that. Just gotta get all this crap out of here now. Bunch of free weapons and clothing, I guess. Just can't wait for tantrums to take over. That's the real concern, right? I mean, you know? Also, what was this? What were you thinking is a Skyrim reference, Impale? You're talking about dodging arrows like a freaking lunatic? Is that what you're referring to, or? We did that all of yesterday, Animal. That was literally all of yesterday. We did the B movie. Or we read out the B movie. But anyway, Animal, hi, hello, how you doing? No spoilers, please? Okay. Because, yeah, no, we read that entire script. It took us 9 hours. I think the command still works if you type an exclamation point beathon. I mean, it's just a normal stream, mostly, Animal. Bathon. Shrekathon. That'll be the next one. There you go. So do you guys think we're just gonna succumb to tantrums, or do you think that we can actually survive the cleanup from this fight? Because I don't actually know. Speaking of cleanup, how's the hospital doing? Seems to be pretty bad. Looks like there's still dwarves leaving, but still trying to get that forgotten beast out of here. Udub, the beast hunter has bestowed the name Nurkushkash upon Iron Battle Axe. I mean, I think that the Room and Shrek are two scripts that are very highly requested already. Here's the thing, right? I don't want to overdo it, because as much as yesterday worked, you know, because it really did. We had a great stream. I made quite a bit of money, and it went well. I don't just want to constantly do it because it'll ruin it, right? So when I need it. Nothing's announced yet. Did you know that you're the 8,443rd person to mention that in my chat room, Animal? Also, Animal, I don't know if you know this, but Twitch has gift sub badges now. So you get badges based on your gift subs, which means you probably have a ludicrously high one. Corrupted by a swords dwarf. Is there just an enemy swords dwarf just like chilling in here? There's just piles of vomit everywhere. I'm not surprised. I don't actually know. Frozen Blood. That should have been what we named this fort. Frozen Blood. Heads up, chat. Investments are open. I mean, obviously you take the blue pill, come on. Okay. I'm gonna make another corpse pile all the way along here. Just so that we can get rid of them. Cause there's a few of them! If you didn't notice. A little bit jam-packed. Evil Glacier? Frozen Blooded? I don't know if I want to do evil just yet. I mean, animal, you haven't shown any badge for the past, what, 2 weeks? So, and you're calling treason that you can only show a bits badge? Badge that you're not using already? Yeah, no, it's been a while. I figured you were just intentionally hiding it, so I didn't say anything. Okay. I don't think I lost more than that. Gonna sue Twitch. Hey, to be fair, yesterday all badges all bit badges got demoted to the one below it. So Hobo had the green badge, Huguru, who has the pink one, had the blue badge. It's pretty great. It was an interesting evening, I guess. Bloody junkies, right? It's funny because I've been watching the I've been watching Netflix's show called Dope, which is about drug trade, and they try and document both sides of the law, so they have like the cops' perspective as well as the dealer's perspective. It's kind of interesting, also kind of racist. It's where my brain goes when we talk about bloody junkies stealing all of our pills. Oh, it begins. Wait, you never had what animal? What do you mean, if you could effortlessly articulate yourself in meter? I don't get it. What are you asking? Oh, you never had it go down a tier, fair enough. If you could speak in a matter that I understand, would you? Check? I mean, no. Hobo's technically above you. He's like hundreds of thousands of bits above you, but I don't really want to I don't really want to make it about the scores, you know. I mean, I could turn on all-time cheers if you want me to prove you wrong, but... I mean, you're the one who's making it all about the numbers, so that I say this out loud. And it's okay. The Eggman would be way beyond both of you if he actually cheered bits. If you could speak as they do in Poetic Edda or Shakespeare formulaic style, would I? No, because it's an outdated form of English. Why would I speak in Old English when I could just, you know, not? But, like, you know, we're just gonna... Can I choose to speak in haiku? I mean, you could just do that. I mean, if I do this... Yeah, Hobo's quite a few thousand above. If you refresh chat, you'll see all-time top cheers. Hobo's quite a bit ahead of you. Animal, I'm sorry. But Hobo is quite a bit ahead of you. There's actually been very little competition in the top cheers as of late, which is fine. I'm gonna set this back to weekly now. Ah, the miasma. Get this shit out of here. Sigh. This is the disturbing thing, right here. Maffle, dwarven child. Within the last season, didn't feel anything after seeing a dwarf's dead body, but felt enjoyment while performing. Of Edom. Wonder if that dwarf died. Speaking of, Cyclone, do you want a dwarf? Because your dwarf is like kind of legendary for scarring my dwarves. Oh yay, the miasmas seems to be going away a little bit. Seems to be. Yeah, it's clearing. So let's see, we went... How far down did we go? A few spots that haven't been dug out. Okay, so we're all the way down to layer 101. And we stopped. Interrupted by a what? There's still just like random invaders running around. It's fun. They're just like skulking the above ground areas. This particular Swords Dwarf is just running to the edge. Yeah, no, totally, Metsis. It's good to see you. It is a lot of feelings from a child. I mean, it is literally playing make-believe in a pile of corpses. That would give me many feelings too. Actually, no, I kind of want to give that dwarf that's playing make-believe in a pile of corpses to Cyclone. Cyclone, do you want to be a child dwarf if it's still here? Actually, a few of them. I got caught in miasma. How disgusting. He is agile, but very flimsy. He personally would have the world operate in complete harmony without the least bit of strife or disorder, and thinks friendship is important and doesn't think one way or another about leisure time. Definitely not Cyclone. He's playing Goblin Invasion. But, like, there was only, like, 2 goblins in that invasion. He's agile, but he is weak. Okay. Personally sees guile and cunning as indirect and somewhat worthless, and has a negative view of those who exercise power over others, and sees sacrifice as wasteful and foolish, and believes it is important to conceal emotions and refrain from complaining. Doosom, 4 years old. There you go. Cyclone. Reborn. You're a child dwarf playing in a pile of dead dwarves. There you go. Just a usual day in the dwarf fort. Speaking of dwarf forts, I have made 1 coffin. Love how this is just like a mix of pet cats. Oh, we found Check's corpse. Just making sure these are all full. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Just casual miasma. You know, just casual stench of the dead. It's actually my new grindcore band, Casual Stench of the Dead. That's a good question. I don't know. Depends. Were you in the military? Nope. You're just a hunter. You're currently... Seems to be relatively mentally stable. If it's the door. Yeah, you're mentally stable. Let's check. Whoa! Game. Oh, Schmookle claimed a metalsmith's forge. Sorry, we have to pay attention to Schmookle for a second here, because Schmookle seems to be making an artifact. But you seem to be mentally sound still somehow, Metsus. You're a hunter, and you're still doing your thing. Bringing home meats, killing giant ravens. Yeah, let's focus on the artifact before we check in on your brain, Metsus. I'm trying to find lava. That is my current goal today, by the way, guys. No idea what to do when I find lava, but... I hope it's I hope it's something good. I mean, you're grabbing gems already. Rough gems. You already grabbed an iron bar, I think? I hope you make, like, a bin. I'd love to see you make a bin. Although it's a metalsmith's forge, so who knows? It might be something cool. Cut gems seems to be clear opals? Might be smoky quartz, though. Okay, now you're grabbing ore. Iron ore. Looks like that hospital's still pretty packed. We really need to repopulate the military. Problem is I have a lot of dwarves that couldn't give a shit about the military. Well, now you're running up above, where we're still cleaning up corpses. Grabbing bones. I gotta say though, I'm so proud of my stupid little military. We actually managed to fend off that attack. Like, it wasn't the worst invasion ever, but it was like, I don't know, 13 dwarves versus like 30 something. Just because we got them at the choke point and fucking mowed them down. Oh, great. We got ourselves a tantrum. It begins, chat. The problem is, Schmuckel is our hammerer. Oh well, at least you're tantruming, like, outside. We're gonna have to do a lot of expelling, I think. Lead kicking demonstration. Where'd that strange mood go? I don't know what that word means. It's fought between the alliance of the Greek city-states led by the king of Sparta. All right, okay. It's been a long time since I've done ancient history. Not quite. Yeah, no, I'm not the biggest history buff. Where the heck did you go? Cool. Wounds are getting taken care of. It's good to see. But yeah, no, it's not quite a 300 battle. It's more like 15 versus 30. That was much worse odds, I think. In the case of 300. Like, actually, where is this dwarf? Am I just an idiot? Well, anyway, I know where his job is, so. Okay. Holy shit, all those flashing down arrows. Just waiting for him to come back. Alright, yeah, I see it. Yeah. More bones. It's a lot of miasma. I'm just gonna have to, you know, deal with dwarves as it happens, right? And if we have any problem dwarves, we just have to deal with them. And that's the only way it can be. Cool. Schmuckel begins a mysterious construction. So what all did you grab? Pig iron bars, rough green zircons, chalk gizzard stones, no idea what that is. Magnetite, Drathla leather, Ushun's mangled bone, Drathla left rear foot, and magnetite. If I'm being honest, purely from a military perspective, then that was a step down in your strategy. I don't know what you're talking about, Jack. We won, didn't we? Like, I'm not sure what point you're trying to make. If I'm being honest with you, I have no idea what point you're trying to make. So you're a hunter. Just pretty uneasy. Okay. We won though, right? The fort's not dead though, right? Okay. If I were to be honest with you, that was actually like the least losses we've taken out of a fight. We've had 2 fights where we lost literally our entire military because they were all recruits. Somehow the invaders decided to leave, but the last fight we had 1 dwarf left when we initially had 20. Okay. Second fight we had in this fort, we had, out of 30, we had about 5 dwarves left. So I think we did okay. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. It's quite durable, but slow to heal. Expresses his power over others is something to strive for. Mr. Craft and Masterwork values loyalty and sees no value in holding back complaints, concealing emotions, and doesn't care one way or another about art. Cool. You're joining the military. So why are you comparing a little fight with some dwarves to famous battles? Because I don't think that was anywhere near those famous battles. We certainly had heavy losses, okay? We certainly didn't do super well. We certainly could have done better. But we're not dead, so I'm definitely just being a glass half full kind of person right about now. And I'm going to expel you. Yeah, sure, get out. Hi, Froggy. Yeah, we do need more spikes. We also need to set up the, or rebuild this, because apparently the pressure plate just didn't work. So I'm gonna just remove it and rebuild it, and assume that it needs to be fixed. I thought you were frog tips for a second. But Froggy's French, so Froggy is most definitely a frog. We're not dead, so I'll quite frankly, I'll take it and run. That's... I apologize for my low standards, but... Also, keep in mind, if I wanted to have 0 casualties and have a perfect fight, you know what I would do? I would just lock the doors. Just wait. Let them leave. We need splints. Just make 10 wooden splints. We're actually pretty close to 100% bedroom. Because I have about 80 bedrooms as of last time I did a count. Have about. But I'd say it's probably around 20% are bedroomless. Quite frankly, I've just got bigger problems. Although I wish there was an easier way in vanilla to figure out if dwarves were bedroomless or not. Okay, we don't need a poet. Yeah, get out. Don't need a philosopher. No. Child is not present. Not my fault. Okay, we got enough surgeons. Get out. Also, it helps that I'm just expelling everybody right now. We're down to 100 dwarves, which I'm totally okay with. Schmookel, the hammerer, has created Gemarben, a pig iron bracelet. Could have done better. She claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Riggith Big Slave. That's a good name. I select yes as well. This is a pig iron bracelet. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular magnetite cabochons and encircled with bands of Drothla leather and beak dog bone. This object is adorned with hanging rings of magnetite and menaces with spikes of chalk and Drothla bone. On the item is an image of splints in pig iron. On the item is an image of Sunderblade, the knowing corridor. the copper shield in green zircon. I like to think... I like to think that that this bracelet is about this recent battle, you know? The Sunderblade, which is one of the shields that was named by one of our dwarves, the Knowing Corridor, copper shield, as well as splints to show all of the losses that we had. What's the value of that? That's actually just not bad. 79,200 dwarf bucks. What actually is that value? Because currency isn't a thing. Does anybody know? I sure should know. So. Man, you think doctors would be more mentally stable? On the bright side, though, our hospital is less populated than it was before. What are we talking about, Nathan? For whatever it's worth, I'm totally okay with our military getting depleted. Dromang still created amazing roasts. Many of those splints been made? No. Let's just push those up. I don't think there's anything of super heavy priority getting made on there. Man, I'm way too low on miners again. Let's find somebody with no job. Your mental state is fudged. Frustrated. Puzzle over something. It's frustrating. You like the catacombs? Thanks. Almost never sick, but is quite clumsy. He personally believes that perseverance is one of the greatest qualities somebody can have, and believes that self-mastery and the denial of impulses are of the highest ideals, and thinks it's of the utmost importance to present a bold face and never grouse or complain or even show emotion, and believes that those who sacrifice for others should be deeply respected, and values hard work and is put off by family. Welcome to the military. Just simple as that. Let's see, who else is around? That's Metsus. Oh, actually, we were going to check in Metsus's brain. I'll always deal fairly. Yeah, no, once that cavern is cleared out, I will set up more spikes and get that whole thing sorted. But I kind of want all those corpses to be out. He felt sad at somebody's death, disgusted, horrified. Well, sad is better than horrified. So this is your current state. He personally finds the idea of family loathsome. So this is Metsus. I need more music help. Personally finds the idea of family loathsome, and finds sacrifice to be one of the highest ideals. Sees those that attempt to maintain a dignified, proper behavior as vain and offensive. Treasures independence and prefers a noisy, bustling life to a boring days without activity, and doesn't think one way or another about leisure time. Dreams of creating a great work of art. He's weak, flimsy, quick to tire. There's Silvertongue. It's our Mark's Dwarf. One of our tavern keepers. Beekeeper, what are you doing with your life? It's bored. I love how we have frog tips and then not frog tips, but still a frog. Also, sorry that you missed the Beathon Day, Animal. I kind of wondered, like, a lot of people didn't tune in yesterday. Maybe I just picked a bad day to do it. I don't know. I think it might just be the time of year. A lot of people, like, go out on Fridays and stuff. She personally finds sacrifice to be one of the highest ideals, and it is greatly disturbed by quiet and peaceful existence, and does not care about fairness, and doesn't think one way or another about leisure time. Welcome to the military, Beekeeper. Oh, you were at parents? Fair enough. Yeah, no, I love the way these catacombs look. I think what I might start doing, and I haven't started doing this yet, just thematically, I might just start blocking off certain areas. Like, this little area right here is totally filled. I might just block this off with a wall. I kind of like that idea. No, we need more coffins to be made. It's fun to listen to me read the wall of text. Here's the thing about this game, right? When you don't just ignore the UI, right? Whoopsies. I just hit wrong buttons. Ignore most of the UI, right? Most of the UI is like, just don't even worry about this. Like, well, this is actually quite simple. It's just stuff that we're queuing up to make. This is our, like, overview. This is our inventory. Like, don't worry about any of that, right? The actual game itself isn't that ridiculous, especially if you're used to staring at RimWorld. Dwarves are color-coded based on jobs, right? So if you take a quick glance at this, you'll kind of familiarize yourself. I got way too many nobles and admins. Need to set some of them on fire. Same with the farmers. They got to join the military. But as you just kind of watch stuff moving around, you just realize things with a little red background are dead, right? If they have a red background, they're probably dead. Like, these are rotten skeletons. That's a goat that's dead. Actually, that's not true. You need a couple nobles. I'm fine with having a couple nobles. That's when you have a bunch of random poets and scholars hanging around. That gets kind of annoying. So just once you kind of start to figure out the basics, like that purple up there, that is the wretched stench of dead corpses. Also, hi, Gungeoneer. What's up? How we do? So it's really just the more you look at it, the easier it gets, kind of thing, you know. And that's the only way I can really describe it. Andver seems to be mentally broken, although seems to be getting enjoyment after getting back to the job as a tavern keeper, so we'll leave you at it. Oopsies, I did not mean to put you into the military. Let's remove you from that real quick. Who are you? You're a traitor. And under a great deal of stress. Really slow to heal. Personally sees no value in holding back complaints and concealing emotions, and finds maintaining decorum silly and fumbling waste of time, and values eloquence. Finds artwork to be boring and doesn't think one way or another about leisure time, and dreams of raising a family. Probably not great for the military. How about you? You're a blacksmith. Just not feeling anything, a lot of uneasy and lonely. That's fine, though. Dwarfimal has a office job as our bookkeeper and does nothing else. You sit in an office and you keep track of all of our inventory. You really like Microsoft Excel. She is quite durable, but she's quite clumsy. She personally finds sacrifice to be one of the highest ideals. Has a deep dislike of the natural world. Values family. And sees war as a useful means to an end. Welcome to the military. I mean, yeah, you're a bookkeeper. Although currently you're putting stuff in a bin. There you are. You're actually still quite sane. Let's check in with your brain, Animal. Recently you were disgusted, retching, and miasma. Sometimes I don't like somebody. That was your most recent thought. He is romantically involved with Skade and is a worshiper of a Titan. You're 83 years old. He's strong and rarely sick, but he's clumsy and very quick to tire. Animal personally believes that acquisition of power over others is the ideal goal in life and worthy of the highest respect. Believes that self-mastery and the denial of impulses are of the highest ideals and treasures leisure time and thinks it is very important in life. And believes that peace is always preferable to war. Considers craft dwarfship to be relatively worthless and values sacrifice and sees competition as reasonably important and dreams of creating a great work of art. A few people wandered the swamp. Mathematics. And emerges without their sanity. Yeah. But spreadsheets don't necessarily equal mathematics. Like, yeah, you need some basic math to function in spreadsheets, but... Swamp is calculus. My mom has a degree in calculus. Cool, we got some of those splints done. Fucking flies. There we go. This fly just flew into my... It's that time of year, and I have my door open all the time, so bugs just float in. I love that this goblin corpse is still there. How's that stockpile doing? Oh, it's like fully full. Pete, why? Let's throw in more corpses. Let's make more space for corpses. Yay! You know what I should do? I should channel out both sides of this river and make it bigger. Because this whole thing is just full of corpses and they all just get washed away. Slowly. Takes them a while. There's just like a forgotten beast corpse right here. Oh god, I just saw a ghost. There it is. This ghost is haunting a child, I think. It's a ghostly recruit. Oh no. Let's just go down to the craft dwarf shop. And see. If. So all clothes shops. Where the heck are the craft dwarf shops? There we go. Add new task. Alt S, engrave stones. Cool, you're currently a ghost. Add new task. Add new task. Add new task. Oh, B-Lug died. Sorry, B-Lug. Also, Shell-Shocked died in that fight, unfortunately. I know I have quite a few slabs just chilling, so. I mean, what are you gonna do with a bar of gold, Metsus? What exactly is gold useful aside from looking pretty and existing as money? What are you gonna do with a bar of steel? Problem? Dwarves are very practical creatures. I'm assuming you're referring to steel and not gold. Because steel just is significantly more sturdy, which, in my opinion, is what gives it value in Dwarf Fortress. Glassmaker stumbling around obliviously. Okay. T. Let's make a new pressure plate. Okay. Water does not trigger. Resets. So citizens do not trigger, but small creatures do. So let's set that up. Also, BT S? No, capital S. There we go. Menacing iron spikes. Menacing iron spikes. Menacing iron spikes. Menacing iron spikes. What? No. That's what I wanted. I'm just placing down menacing iron spikes so we can hook them up to things and not have to worry about it. I'm still kind of happy with how that fight went. Like, it obviously didn't go well, but it could have gone so much worse. It really could have. It's a bit longer, maybe. I like the maybe there. That's kind of funny. But we're gonna have a lot of insane dwarves pretty soon. Speaking of which, cool. We're gonna convict you because you had one witness. 10 witnesses, yeah. 6 witnesses, yeah. 4 witnesses, yeah. 3 witnesses. This poor dwarf. Okay, so we've got this one shearer who's been like our biggest problem dwarf ever. Yeah, right, there's 16 witnesses. Just for disorderly conduct. Just running around and punching people mostly. Vandalism. Vandalism. Apparently there's no witnesses on the top one, but I'm pretty sure that shearer is just like stumbling around in a fit of depression again anyway. But gold objects giving happy thoughts gives them some value, that's for sure. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Check. I mean, they saw a dead cat when they first got here, and it scarred them for life completely. It's the only way to really explain it. Let's claim some more stuff. But yeah, no, I could see why steel and gold would be of the same value. Gold is good for making things that need to look pretty, and steel is good for just practical use. Also right here, the Spear Dwarf is taking our convicted soul into the prison. They're both very depressed, which is the down arrows. Not that I blame them. Let's see if you feel pleasure near a fine statue. You did last time you were in here. Nope. English has been utterly harrowed by the nightmare that is his tragic life, and he feels guilty after being confined. Within the last season, he didn't feel anything. Literally just doesn't feel anything anymore. I mean, if a little dude covered in metal armor came flying at, like, the speed of sound out of a tube at you, wouldn't that hurt? Like, I'm just putting it out there. Hello, Mackled. How you do? I hope you've been well. We're cleaning up after a rather large fight. I wonder if that pressure plate got dunded. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Add new task. I'm just gonna quickly link it up to as many of these upright spikes as possible. I'm gonna run out of mechanisms. Yeah. Let's queue up. Oops, that's the wrong queue. Mech, rock. Let's queue up 90. It's a lot, but that's plenty. Yep, that's us. It's worked the last several years. Thought I saw a fight for a second there. Also, the discussion upon which tile set I should use seems to be kind of continuing. I've seen some interest / enthusiasm for me using a tile set along the lines of Space Fox's tile set. I don't know what your guys' opinion on that is, but it's just so colorful and, like, friendly looking versus the normal tile sets. To the point where I think it might actually be much more approachable for some people. And I'm kind of tempted to try that. How is that discussion still alive? Because lots of people tune in and be like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then we talk about it for a bit. Because you're clearly here for every single minute of every single stream I do every single week. You know, people that tune in on a Tuesday that are like, yo, I don't watch your Dwarf Fortress stuff because I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. How is that discussion still alive? Because it's still alive. You just use vanilla? Great. Where are you? Don't see any tantruming dwarves. No, I know. You asked how that conversation was still alive, and I was like, well, you're not here during the week, and that conversation comes up frequently during the week. It comes up just about every single time someone says, I'll play Dwarf Fortress when the Steam version's out, and then I'm like, well, you know, all these exist. But I guess, check, at the end of the day, you'd be amazed how often I have the same conversations with different people multiple times in a week. It's actually quite funny. Like, I mentioned something that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Then later that day, I was talking about it with somebody different, and somebody who was part of that original conversation was like, why are you still talking about this? We talked about this an hour ago. And I was like, well, because these 5 people that are here now haven't heard this. That's what bot commands are for? I have bot commands for it. But a conversation like, are you looking into other tile sets, have definitely come up. Right? Like, I have this command already. Oh, the one that Check beat me to. I mean, if I had a command for every single question that came up frequently, we'd never have interesting discussions here. So, it's kind of counterproductive in my opinion. Over-commanding stuff is a little silly. Minecraft texture packs and Dwarf Fortress texture packs are completely different in my opinion, but okay. Just because of the difference in obvious details. I want to know why certain corpses are just getting left somewhere. Does anybody know why this could happen? It's like I've got this forgotten beast that's just chilling here. It's not forbidden. It's just sitting there. And I want it to get removed. So badly. But instead they're just climbing over it repeatedly. 3D ASCII? That's all I have to say to that night. Hey, so 3D ASCII, eh? I know, but why don't they pick them up? Well, actually, in the case of the Forgotten Beast one, they got set to go down into a burrow. But why haven't they gone back and finished that job? It drives me nuts. Just like, I genuinely have no idea why these dead beak dogs are here. I've tried forbidding them and removing them. They, as far as I can tell, they're just bugged and stuck. Just like this dead mole down here. It's been here for, I don't know, 2 years because the dwarves won't remove it? I genuinely have no idea. I wish I knew. Oh shit, looks like all the corpses are out of here. Huzzah! I'm not necessarily looking for answers on that one. That's just, it's more just like a grievance that I need to say out loud. I think you like to take a lot of things that I say way too much to heart. Check. Because you've done this before. I'll say a thing, and then 6 weeks later, I'll have changed my mind because it's been 6 weeks. And then you're like, I thought that you'd committed to only doing this one thing forever. It's like, well, if a person only committed to doing one thing forever, I hate to say it, but life would be really fucking boring. You know, there was a time that all we did on this channel was Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. There was a time where if I were to stream anything different, that would have been sacrilegious and shocking. Hell, there was a time when I said I didn't want to stream Dwarf Fortress because I didn't think I was good enough. I still don't think I'm good enough. So if I say I don't want to use another tile set, it's not like I've engraved it in a giant, on the side of a giant mountain. Created my own Mount Rushmore. Just because I say I don't want to do something right now doesn't mean in 6 weeks or 6 months or 2 years I won't change my mind and be like, you know, fuck it, let's try it. Why not? So just because I push back against something for a bit because this is what I'm doing right now doesn't mean that that idea could change in the future. So you saying, how is that conversation not dead yet? Maybe Strimmer changed his mind. In the 5 or so months I've been streaming this game. Because yeah, early on there was a lot of back and forth as to whether or not I should just use a default graphical tile set. I hadn't found one I liked, was the problem. That's your second. Get out. Just be gone. Just don't want to deal with you. A masterpiece menacing iron spike. Lovely. But I hope what I just said makes sense. Oh shit, you ended a mandate. What, do you have a new one? No? Okay, that was exporting coins, I think. I wonder if those engravings are done. Alt S? No. Oh, no, they are. There we go. Let's open these up. Be used for burial, not for pets. Used for burial, not for pets. Used for burial, not for pets. Not for pets, not for pets. No, not at all. I'm not sure, which flashing are you referring to? To me, looking at this is no different than looking at any other game. And the flickering of one thing between another, it's not like the whole screen is flashing with epileptic levels of color, so it's fine. I've read that 4 times, Metsus. What are you talking about? But yeah, Tim, which flashing are you referring to? Use a rune, cancel sleep, resting injury, sure. Do some cancels, prepare, frightened. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's because of that ghost. You got too many ghosts. Ah! I need more slabs too, I think. Let's go back to the craft dwarf shop. Flashing of the words? No, doesn't bother me. It's not a 3D effect, so. Okay. But if you're talking about like the flashing of these, no, this is fine. Like for some reason, there's a lot of people who seem to think that Dwarf Fortress is the most visually assaulting thing in the planet. playing this is infinitely easier visually for me. Like, it's way easier on my eyes than, say, playing Doom. I play Doom because I enjoy it, but it gives me migraines. I can't play games like Overwatch because of all the particle effects and everything in the 3D environment. Hell, a recent game that came out was a game called Void Bastards, which a lot of people really liked. That game gave me immediate motion sickness. This doesn't bother me at all because it's just text. You know, it's no different than staring at a spreadsheet. In fact, it's easier on the eyes because I can adjust the colors. I know what I'm looking at in Overwatch. It's just, but that's just because you have to play it for a bit to know what you're looking at. I know what I'm looking at in Overwatch. It's just not fun to look at. It's just a mess usually. Looking for slabs moving around. And then you can work on Coffin, cool. Effects overload, exactly. I mean, that's why I stopped playing League of Legends, is because as my eyes deteriorated, it became harder and harder and harder for me to actually comprehend what the hell I was looking at. Do you have eyes that work properly? Here's the thing, right? I can play Counter-Strike just fine, right? Oops, what did that say? Yay! One ghost has been put to rest. I can play Counter-Strike just fine. But I can play Team Fortress just fine. Overwatch I can't play because of all the spastic stuff. Hell, technically I shouldn't be able to play Doom, but like I said, I just enjoy Doom too much. Maybe it's the music, maybe it's just the fact that, I don't know, it's mostly the atmosphere, but I persist through Doom. All right, add new task, Alt-S. Okay, you're already set to go. I'll just wait until all of those are engraved. Overwatch is just a very... How do I explain it? It's a very... It's designed to be a visual mess at the end of the day, really. It's designed to be like cotton candy, right? You push a button and stuff explodes and it looks pretty, regardless of whether you actually know what you're doing or not. The developers of Overwatch want to make a very visually bombastic, exciting to look at thing, so they fill it with as much color as they can. I could agree with that, actually. MechWarrior Online has a lot of information. But a game that I can play no problem is Elite Dangerous, assuming I stay away from combat. Because the lasers get to be a bit much. But Elite Dangerous is a game I can play no problem. Although every now and again, you pop out and you're... That game is terrifying, actually. should just mention that. If you've never played Elite Dangerous, that game is absolutely terrifying. If you jump into a system and you're not expecting there to be a dead star in front of you that's giant and it fills your entire screen up. It's scarier than Amnesia. But yeah, no, MWO is a freaking mess. All of the menus in that game are a mess. Still need more slabs? Okay. Well, hopefully we can deal with these ghosts. Honestly, right now the ghosts are actually a bigger problem than all the corpses were. And how'd that go for you? On the topic of terrible UI, Nesa? That's, I'd say that's about as long as I lasted. Actually, for me, Aurora 4X was started it up, looked at it, closed it, then looked at the wiki for 10 minutes to see if I could figure out if there was a way to make the windows not that color, and couldn't find it and gave up. Most of the screen is still covered and the closest. Fair enough. I mean, I'll say this. I think you're putting way more thought into it than it needs. Some games just have a lot of visual eye candy, some not so much, you know? Here's the thing though, Gungeoneer, right? If there is a particular thing in this game that is hard for you to look at, you can, uh-oh. That's not the uh-oh I was looking for, but what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. I'm just weirdly worried that this dwarf is going to knock down a statue. But yeah, no. Anyway, you can customize literally every single color in this game. So if it's a particular color that's bothering you, you can change that color. If it's the flash intensity that's bothering you, you can change that too. Oh shit. Thief. Okay, there's a thief somewhere. I'm not sure what it is. I genuinely don't know. So we jump to it. A kobold thief. Where is my cursor? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Down here. On the river. Bottom right. Cobalt. Let's see what it does. So that's why I find this game to actually be pretty easy to deal with, because if I have a problem with something, I can just change it. Or adjust it. Fix it. Sure, if you had the skills to program. Cobalt seems to have left. I'm not sure if they stole anything. If they did, that's fine. If I had to read for some sites with books. What do you mean? Yeah, I might have already stolen something. That's fine. There's tons of stuff just like strewn about from the previous fights. I really need another stockpile. You know what? Let's put a stockpile in here. Because it's easily accessible from everywhere. And I need somewhere to put stuff. There's probably plenty of magnetite ore down here that we can mine out from down here. Oh, web novels. Okay. I was confused as to what you meant by sites with books. I was like, sites with books? What? Yeah, the closest thing I've come to that is webcomics. I've read some webcomics in my time, but never any web novels. I've read short stories on Reddit, but that's kind of different. That's Reddit. So hopefully that'll get done pretty quick. While we keep an eye out for ghosts. Let's power back down to the catacombs. But yeah, no, my personal goal is to make this game as watchable as possible. So comments like, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Comments like, I don't like this tile set, and comments like, a particular color bothers me is something that I need to kind of take pretty seriously. So if you notice something that you're like, I don't like looking at this, or I can't look at this, or this might not bother you, but it bothers me, that's stuff that I look at, and that's kind of why I'm looking at things like, you know, when I'm talking about things like Space Fox tile set. Stuff that looks like this. Right? It's, maybe I could take that and then change the color and work with a slightly different font and tweak things a bit, and maybe that's more approachable. Maybe that's something that more people would look at more. That doesn't help at all. Thanks for your feedback, Animal. But yeah. Okay, fair enough. Simply watching the stream is not hurting you. Okay, gotcha. That's what I needed to know. It's like, if looking at this stream is causing you pain, please tell me. Because if it's the case for you, it might be the case for somebody else, right? I need to look at what that color scheme looks like. Check. But I'm not sure what you're referring to, Check. Fair enough. I mean, I think my longest Dwarf Fortress stream ever. But just saying Space Battle's color scheme isn't particularly useful. I don't know what that looks like. Even if you're referring for Gungeoneer specifically, what does Space Battle's color scheme look like? Yeah, exactly, Metsus. That's why I might, like, I'm genuinely thinking about switching over to that. Although I'd want to finish this fort. Just because, like, it's super approachable looking. Like, yeah, it's still scary, but I wouldn't need to explain what a bin is, you know? And even though I personally really prefer this way, like the more traditional look, and this tile set, could you link it, Naso? Dark gray and blue color scheme? Okay. I mean, if I'm reading text, I want like a beige background with like a dark colored text for zero eye strain on a screen. Words. Oh great, an ambush. Not sure what's ambushing me. Huh? All right, let's just do this. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's down here. Looks like elves. Looks like elves. Yep, it's more elves. They're already panicking for some reason. Elves and humans? Is Space Battles a website or something? Okay, looks like we've got even more. Wait, hold on. Ambush, curse all friends of nature. What's the second one? Are they fighting each other? What's happening? Are they just leaving? I think they might just be leaving. Yeah, they're leaving. What? Did they show up and see all the corpses and be like, nope, fuck this shit? I haven't lost any dwarves. I think they killed a cat, but... Looks like there's some humans left coming at us. I mean, I would run away too if I saw that pile of corpses. It's those human swordsmen. Some tall ones. Well, there's already an elf all the way in here. Seems to be a recruit who's panicking. Yeah, it was a bunch of elf recruits. Huh. Not very... Yeah, it's a bunch of humans and some recruits. Oh yeah, that is pretty easy on the eyes. Although I prefer like a darker gray. El Mesa. Yeah, they're gonna kill that dwarf. He's super depressed though. There's my dwarves. Alright, guys. Let's just kill these bastards. Show these elves that they're not welcome here. Let's follow... Let's follow Dastot, the Spearmaster. One of the few survivors of the last fight. These ambushes tend to not be the biggest of deals. Okay, elves seem to be going down pretty quick. Don't see any dead dwarves, so that's obviously off to a good start. Fighting. More dead elves. Okay, we're just waiting. There's some arrows flying. We're running at the humans. Humans seem to be falling over pretty quickly. You know, the taller they are, the harder they fall. It's pretty classic, really, if you think about it. Just fighting. Those shields are doing work. None of our dwarves have fallen so far. There you go, just taking out humans at a time. A couple dwarves seem to be exhausted. I don't think we'd have any death yet. There's a few dead dwarves, but I think those were just civilians. Okay. Few humans are dead. Yep, haven't lost a single dwarf yet. Let's take out this human up here and this elf recruit down here. We're going to continue. One of my dwarves is downed. One of my recruits is injured. It's fine though. Sure, he'll be fine. And even if he's not, eh. Alrighty, Melkir. Instead of like going for a drink, you want to like get back into the fight. There we go. Take out that human. Knock him down. Done. Perfect. Lining up. The fight at the bridge is happening. It's just us versus a bunch of humans. Uh-oh, looks like we may have lost a dwarf. It's pretty badly injured, if nothing else. Okay, fight's continuing. We've got some panicking. A little bit of berserk. Who's downed? Maybe they're just piled up. It's hard to tell. Duvar. We'll follow you. Let's unpause. Fight's continuing. Humans seem to be falling. I think. I have lost a dwarf. Okay, I was right. They do have the numbers advantage. Seeing some dead humans. Yeah, maybe just running at them wasn't the best. Oh, here comes some of my Spearmasters. Some of my other dwarves are finally deciding to show up. A little late to the fight, really. Dastot, there you are. Come on. We need you. Man, Notepad++. Haven't thought about that in a long time. Game's paused. Yeah, seems to have not gone in our favor. Oh, geez. There's more of them. Yep, running at them was a bad idea. Sorry, dwarves. I don't think this is our day. Looks like the last of my military is going in. How many kills do you have? She doesn't feel anything while in conflict. Fight strong, dwarf. She's still fighting. She's down, though. Yeah, there she goes. Knew something, that's for sure. I mean, here's the last thing we can do, right? Add new task. Pull the lever. White background with yellow text, yeah. Or like lime green. Man, all the dwarves are just upset. Regardless, even if somehow we manage to fend off this invasion, I have a feeling we're gonna die anyway because of tantrums. Like, we're already down to 92 dwarves. Zero, it's been 17 years and Star Citizen has made more progress. Well, you can't spell made correctly. Brewdog, are you insane? Another ambush. And the reason I'm going to ask you if are you insane? This game has mostly one programmer. Oh, sweet, we have one recruit left. Come on, Shem, do something. Fight strong, friend. Brewdog, this developer has 2 people working on it. Star Citizen has about 500. Are you insane? Another ambush? Another ambush. I think this is us. So you're literally comparing like Microsoft to a solo developer. That's not a fair comparison. Yeah, we weren't able to get the wall up in time. We tried. They're just killing. I could just try abandoning the fort, but... Come on. So yeah, Brewdog, I think you're nuts. That's all I have to say. Also, for reference, Brewdog, this game's getting a Steam version with the official tile set and an official soundtrack. And there's human warriors coming into the fort and just murdering the civilians. Routedlashes is falling, I think. Although Malakir, Spear Dwarf, who's going to go pick up equipment, somehow always managing to pick up equipment. I'm confused. What are you expecting? What would you be expecting, Brewdog? They literally have an update that's supposed to come out in the next few months. Like, one guy. Okay, well, you were able to kill a human, so good on you. Yeah, I have no idea what you'd be expecting them to do. They update the game several times a year and add large amounts of content every time. It's really difficult for me to try and fathom what you're suggesting they should be doing. 2 kills? Come on, Malakir. Make us proud. You're the final line of defense. It's 3. 4? Shit. It's taking him out. He's in a martial trance. Just killing. 5. They're coming down the stairs one by one. Really? Another ambush. Yeah, that's us, I think. Fortress of Routedlashes, you were beautiful. The dwarves are still singing. Still singing and dancing. The blood is in the hallways. Malakir is still fighting. I think you're actually our last dwarf in this squad. It's moving up. Balancing? Bug fixing. There is no balancing in Dwarf Fortress, please. Did they leave? Or are you in combat now? I think they might be leaving. Can we clean up from this one? Now that I have my doubts about. We have 85 dwarves left. We just lost another 15 dwarves. No, no one minds balance getting thrown out the window in DF. I don't know. I'm so perplexed by what Brewdog has to say. Although if you're comparing this game to Star Citizen, I don't want to just be a dick, but you have no idea what you're talking about. We need coal. Buggy or otherwise, yeah. I tend to agree, though. Oh, man. I think this fort might need to be abandoned, chat. That, or we need to just, like, imprison ourselves deep below. One of the two. How far down have we gone? It's gonna make that into a stockpile. Grow a giga in the aisle. What? The heck's a giga? But good luck. Exactly, Nay, so that's what I was thinking. A what in the what? I think the aisle is a game. Oh, the aisle is in like the dino game? Man, well, I think all I can say is Malkir is absolutely the hero of that fight right there, this dwarf. Panics after reliving being attacked. Doesn't really feel much of anything, do you? Unbelievably strong, basically unbreakable, absolutely inexhaustible, and very agile, but is susceptible to disease still. She personally believes that those who sacrifice for others should be deeply respected. Yes. Okay, well then, Brewdog, I think what you're missing is their philosophy. Finish the product and move on. You are completely missing the point. You are assuming that Dwarf Fortress will ever be finished. There's two ways you can approach something, right? You can make a product, complete the product, finish the product, and move on. Or you can make a thing, and then just continue to expand and add on to it forever. Why is that a problem? You're saying that like it's a negative thing. Why is it bad, in your opinion, to create a thing off of a minimal budget, which they do? They run off of not a huge Patreon. It's gotten bigger recently because of the Steam announcement, but... And they're just continuing to expand it, and that's what the audience for it wants. Why would you have them finish and move on? You're also referring to it as a game. Very few people like to refer to it as a game. More people would like to refer to it as a simulation, a procedural world generator. Why would you just want to finish that? Why not continue to expand it? If you have the passion and the interest, continue to work on it and build it up and make it a bigger, better thing. Whereas Star Citizen is a big old AAA thing that is leeching bazillions of people's money and quite frankly has the shadiest fucking business model in existence. And you're saying that they've made more progress? Sure, they've made a bigger, fancier, shinier looking, pretty spectacular fireworks display. But Dwarf Fortress is infinitely more deep and interesting, and continuing to get deeper and more interesting. Maybe it's not for you, that's fine. And maybe you've been in the business since 2000, so you've earned your opinion. That's fine. I'm just simply stating your opinion is whack. You know, in a world where Toady One describes Dwarf Fortress as his life's passion and his life's work, why would you ever need to finish it? If you just want to keep working on it, let the guy keep working on it. Quite frankly, I would be so much happier with RimWorld right now if Tynid would continue working on it and making it a more amazing thing. you know, you could say that, hey, this creator is insane. Why doesn't he just change it and move on? Yeah, that's true. Why doesn't he just say it's done and move on and go make something else? Quite frankly, it's just disrespectful to compare this to Star Citizen. That's the comment that got me. Like, you could say, you know, he hasn't made progress, he hasn't finished it, what's wrong with him? That I would understand. But comparing it to Star Citizen is just bizarre. I'm sorry. That's just weird. The Fortress of Routedlashes. You had a goal, you had a purpose. You had a desire. To create palaces at the foot of a great mountain. We created one. Temple to the god of fortresses. But it was just too much. The dwarves couldn't hold. As they all stumble obliviously from the trauma that they have seen. Unfortunately, the Fortress of Routedlashes is going to stumble into oblivion. Continue. Well, do I retire or abandon? I would probably say Dwarf Fortress, because Dwarf Fortress has toads. So, Dwarf Fort, Froggy. Do we let it just keep running in the background, or abandon it? Retire? You guys are saying just let it keep running? Alright, so the Fortress of Routedlashes, due to being attacked multiple times, the corpses piled up, many dwarfs left, moved on to try and find brighter pastures, but a select few stayed to continue on. Your fortress has settled into the rhythm of day-to-day living, beyond your meticulous concern. Happy retirement? Happy? Pfft, that's cute. I learned how pumps work. That was a good form. But no, I mean, I think that if you were to compare a game like this to anything, you'd have to look at games that are in a similar vein.